Jason Chatfield, JASON CHATFIELD.
Tell me about your book and why you wanted to create it, and then talk about the series.
Well, the book came about from a bit of stand-up that I was doing, which was about you're not a real New Yorker until. And my friend came to the show, and he's my writing partner, and he was like, that'd make a pretty good daily shouts for the New Yorker. And we've been doing New Yorker cartoons together for years. And then we wrote about 100 by the end of the night, and he was like, this might be a book. And so we pitched it to my agent. She said, that's not a book, that's a series. She said, you're not a real golfer until, you're not a real teacher until, lawyer, parent. So parent was the first one of the series. And it was a very collaborative process. We wanted to make the challenges of parenting make people feel a little less alone about everything from babies, toddlers, tweens, teens, all grown up, everything. And it's sort of in a page, per page, it's like one cartoon with the gag. So sort of like the New Yorker style with the gag at the bottom. But yeah, lots of different families. We covered all kinds of parenting, single parenting, and there's a death, there's a funeral, there's a marriage, there's a divorce, there's an affair, there's everything. We did a whole thread, and it was a lot of fun to do. We have a lot of different kinds of kids, different kinds of parents, and the feedback so far has been really good.
And how can they find it, both at cons and also online?
At cons, we're at the National Cartoonist Society booth, 1307, and online, you'renotareal.com is where you can get it. And we're doing a special at San Diego Comic-Con where I'm drawing your kid into the book, if you like, in a little flyleaf here, signed. But online, if you wanted to buy it, it's just you'renotareal.com. And you can also get mugs now, too. That's a new thing. You can get mugs of your favorite page.
What's your hope about this series?
I'm hoping that it becomes kind of a brand like the For Dummies books, where you can just do one about everything from you're not a real Marvel fan, you're not a real Star Wars fan, not a real Yankee fan, everything from sports and fandom and all that sort of stuff to comics and cartoons, and hopefully I'm drawing until my hand falls off. That's the goal. That's always the goal.
And what do you think would surprise them about your book?
You know what? There's Easter eggs all through the whole thing. We didn't have to do this, and I think people have been writing to us on Instagram and on email saying, I noticed you had little hidden things in the book. Like even on the cover, there's a girl with a cell phone, but in the cell phone, in the selfie front-facing camera, is the view of whatever that baby would be in holding that. I went to a little too much detail probably in the drawings, and so there's all these little hidden Easter eggs and details, and the parents age throughout the book, and so do the kids, and the houses and the pets in the background age. And so when it comes to you're not a real cat owner until, you're not a real dog owner until, it'll call back to the parents in this book and the kids and the pets in this book. So it's like a universe. We kind of did some world building. So if you pay attention to the little details, you'll see little things like this guy, unfortunately his wife dies and he becomes a widower father. So he's a single dad. And then he actually meets one of the other mums who ends up getting divorced, and they get married at the end of the book. So yeah, there's just, there's some narrative thread to that. So I think people will be surprised by that. But my ultimate goal always is just to find something to draw that I like to draw, and to do that until I can't draw anymore.
And once again, just to remind people, if you want to learn more about this book,
you'renotareal.com. You can find everything you need to know about the book and see some sample pages as well before you buy it. And you can order it online, and it ships anywhere in America or Canada.